Welcome to Monique Jordan's channel. Please like, share, and/or subscribe for more videos. Oh, and leave us a comment if you like what you see. Much love.
So sit back, relax, kick your feet up, and most of all enjoy. Much love.
Mary Butters, late 18th, early 19th centuries, an attempt to cure a cow of bewitchment with white magic ended in disaster for Mary Butters, the Carmoney witch, who narrowly escaped a trial in Carrickfergus, Ireland, in March 1808. Butters was a reputed wise woman, skilled in herbal knowledge and various spells. In August 1807, Butters was hired by Alexander Montgomery, a tailor who lived in Carmoney, to cure a cow that gave milk from which no butter could be made. Montgomery's wife was convinced that the cow was bewitched. On the appointed night of the exorcism, sea spirit exorcism, Butters arrived with her charm bag of magical ingredients. She ordered Montgomery and an onlooker, a young man named Carnagan, out to the barn, where they were to turn their waistcoats inside out and stand by the cow's head until she sent for them. Butters, Mrs. Montgomery, the Montgomery's son, and an old woman named Margaret Lee remained with her in the house. Montgomery and Carnagan waited until dawn, growing increasingly worried. They returned to the house, where they were shocked to find all four persons collapsed on the floor. The smoky air smelled of sulfur. On the fire was a big pot containing milk, needles, pins, and crooked nails. The windows and door were sealed tight, and the chimney was covered. The wife and son were dead, and Butters and Lee were close to death. Lee died moments after the men arrived. In a fury, Montgomery threw Mary Butters out onto a dung heap and began kicking her to consciousness. On August 19, an inquest was held in Carmoney, at which it was determined that the victims had died of suffocation from Butters's noxious ingredients and smoke. Butters, terrified, claimed that during her spell casting, a black man appeared inside the house, wielding a huge club. He knocked everyone down, killing the other three and stunning Butters to unconsciousness. Butters was put forward for trial at the Spring Assizes, but the charges against her were dropped. The community's reaction to the tragedy was one of derision. The incident was made the subject of a humorous ballad. Eunice Cole, 17th century, was a New Hampshire woman accused repeatedly of witchcraft, who was staked like a vampire when she died. Eunice Cole of Hampton, New Hampshire, was in her 70s when she was found guilty of witchcraft in 1656. She was sentenced to a flogging and life imprisonment in jail in Boston. Her 82-year-old husband, William, was too frail to take care of their farm by himself. He also could not keep up with the £8 a year that he was being charged to pay for Eunice's keep in jail. In 1662, he went to court to beg for the release of Eunice. The court refused. The selectmen of Hampton stepped in to pay her jail costs, but they also fell behind and were arrested for non-payment. To avoid being put in jail himself, one of the selectmen, named Marston, confiscated the Cole property. William, thoroughly broken by then, died soon thereafter. Eunice appealed to the court for her release, and the court this time agreed, provided that she live outside of the court's jurisdiction. In 1670, the selectmen of Hampton allowed her to live in a small hut by the river. The townspeople gave her food. Barely a year later, Cole was charged with witchcraft once again. Her alleged crime was hurling a curse at a boat passing by on the river. The boat went asunder on rocks, and everyone aboard drowned. The incident was so heavily publicized that poet John Greenleaf Whittier wrote a poem about it, The Wreck of Rivermouth. By the time the case came to court in 1673, Cole was in her 90s. This time she was found not guilty of witchcraft and sent back to her hut. However, she was shunned by the townspeople, who stopped giving her food and aid. Cole died soon thereafter. Townspeople found her dead. Her body was carted to a roadside and a shallow pit was dug. A stake was pounded into her chest to prevent her spirit from walking about, and a horseshoe was tied to the stake in order to repel any evil spirits, such as familiars that might be lurking around her. Then her corpse was set afire. While her body burned, the townspeople danced and celebrated.
Thanks for watching this video. I hope you come back soon. So till the next time, much love.